What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Will Motivation here in my garage again with knowledge, the Lambo, and today I'm going to be talking about 7 things you should do when you start making good money.
You remind me of someone, but I'm not going to mention who it is. The guy who introduces his welcome to my garage. Knowledge!
Will Motivation. Will Motivation.
You're watching Will Motivation. Here is where we create, educate, and motivate. Welcome to Will Motivation.
Okay, so, like a lot of people have seen my videos where I'm, showing you guys the experience of owning a Lamborghini. This is my 3rd Lamborghini. The first popular video was with my Gallardo, the blue Gallardo you can see, some of my videos. Then I got a white 580-2 Lamborghini, and then I got this red Lamborghini 610-4, which is my dream car. So a lot of you guys see me in the videos talking about the car, doing things with the car. But if you paid attention, I also like to show videos where I'm doing business and I'm investing in real estate. And the reason why I do that is because I want people to be aware of the process that I went through to get the car, and the fact that I'm not just out here blowing money, being irresponsible, but I'm also investing money at the same time. So for some of you guys that are out there that are making good money right now, this is for you. And some of you guys out there, hopefully, that will be eventually making good money, I want to give you guys some tips for keeping that money and growing that money, so when you get there, you know how to act, okay? So, like for me personally, I was always paranoid of being broke. So I think I had some good habits of not spending all my money when I got it and balling out of control as soon as I made, my first big payday or whatever. So like, for example, I've been in business, before I started even getting into real estate, I have been in business for about 8 years with my software company, and I probably could have afforded to buy a Lambo a long time ago, but I actually waited until I had some good investments before I actually got the Lambo. So I'm just going to share some of my insights, some of my knowledge with you guys that because I actually have been talking to a few friends of mine who are starting to make good money doing different things. Like some people are investing in real estate, some people have online businesses, some people are making good money now on YouTube, and some people, for you, good money could be having a good job and getting some good money from your job. So let's get right into it. All right. So my tip number 1, and this is obvious, this is something that your parents probably tell you, and that is when all of a sudden you start making a good amount of money, try to save as much of it as you can. One reason is saving it for a rainy day. Of course, like you don't know when you're going to stop making that good money. Like if it's from a job, you don't know if that company's going to shut down. If it's from YouTube, you don't know if YouTube is going to change their algorithm or whatever and then mess up your, you're not making as much money this month as you made last month. You don't know if it's, like I got some friends that make a lot of money online with their websites through Google traffic, but Google changes their algorithms. Like I had a website that was #1 on Google, my main business. I had a website that was #1 on Google, and now I'm not even on the first page of Google. And if I was totally dependent on that, it could mess up my cash flow. So you should be saving as much money as you can. And I think that kind of goes without saying. And part of doing that goes into my tip number 2, which is, so tip number 1 is save as much as you can. And tip number 2 is try not to immediately increase your cost of living or your lifestyle to match the new money that you may have come into. So for example, I started making good money with my business, and instead of going out and buying new cars and buying a new house immediately, I waited years. And I always was changing cars and stuff like that, but I was not on Lamborghini level. I was slightly increasing, from a Camaro level to a Corvette level. And that took years for me to even get a new car or a new Corvette. So I didn't immediately run out and get a new house, run out and get, you know, a car that was twice as much as what I used to have. I slowly, you know, got to like raise my level of cars or whatever to make sure that I was going to keep making money and make sure I was going to save some money and eventually start investing. So anyway, tip number 2 is don't immediately increase your cost of living or change your lifestyle. Try to keep your lifestyle as simple as it was before you were making money. Now sometimes you got to do some things, like you might be in the hood, you want to move out of the hood for your kids or your family or whatever, and you're like my thing was, where I grew up, I didn't have a garage, or at least we didn't use our garage. My mom, thankfully, she rebuilt her garage now. But I had to park on the street, man. People used to break in my car, and I had a Chevy Cavalier, man. Somebody tried to break into my Cavalier, busted the window. I came out the window of the house and started like yelling at the person, and they started stealing my radio. They put the radio back in the car when they saw, you know, like it was something crazy was about to happen. They put the radio back and then they ran off, but I still was stuck with the busted window for my car. So like for me, I always wanted to just get out and be somewhere where I could have a garage and not have to worry about, you know, my neighbors or somebody on the other street coming over and breaking into my car. So stuff like that, you want to, you know, keep that into consideration, especially if you're buying a house, because usually buying a house can be a good investment. But I'm just talking about things like frivolous things that you don't need, like balling out and buying gold chains. Now I've done that before, but I didn't do it right away, and it was all within measure. You know what I'm saying? So, but speaking from experience, trying to give you guys some good advice. So I don't want you to make some of the mistakes I may have made as well. So number 3, hold off on buying that Lambo or whatever, the Porsche, the Ferrari, unless it's a small percentage of your net worth. So what I mean by that is you might come across and got a good job, or you might have started making some good money and the money's starting to come in, right? Well, you can say, well, man, I'm making enough money every month to be able to afford this new, more expensive car. But the thing is, you don't know how long you're gonna be making that good money. Circumstances might change or priorities might change. If you calculate your net worth, and your net worth, let's say you did some business and all of a sudden you got millions. Well, okay, buying a $100,000 car when you have millions makes more sense. But buying a $100,000 or $200,000 car when you just have enough monthly income to afford it, I think that's not a smart move. You want to be able to calculate your net worth, and then the car should be a very small percentage of that net worth for you to be able to then justify jumping into an expensive car or a really expensive house. All right. So number 3 is hold off on buying like really expensive things. Number 4, I mentioned net worth. And number 4 is know your net worth, okay? So it's a little bit cold out here, so I look like I'm freezing and stuff. I am, but I'm doing this for y'all, all right? I'm trying to share some knowledge. But anyway, know your net worth. I did a video. I'll link to the video up here. If you want to see that video on how to calculate your net worth, just check out the little card. But know how to calculate your net worth and monitor your net worth and try to grow your net worth when you start making a lot of money, because that's like your scorecard. Your net worth is your scorecard, and you don't want to start buying a whole bunch of expensive things when your net worth is not even. You might have high income, but that doesn't mean you have high net worth. So you want the things that you don't need, like some of the luxuries in life, you want those to be a small percentage of your actual net worth. And so like before I went and bought this car, I knew very well what my net worth was, and I had investments and I had money coming in. And then I was like, okay, I think I can justify buying this car now, because if anything was to happen and I lost all of the money invested in this car, I still would be fine based on where I am with my net worth and where I am with my investments and money coming in. Click on that video if you want to know how to calculate your net worth. Number 5, and I've actually mentioned this to a couple of friends of mine who are starting to make money on YouTube and starting to make money with like Amazon, FBA, and real estate. And that is, and this is something I did early on as soon as I started making money with my business. You need to get a good bookkeeper and a good accountant, like a tax accountant. So what the bookkeeper is going to do is they're going to keep track of all of your business related expenses so that you can write those things off. Well, if it's personal stuff, you usually don't have to worry about that because you're not trying to get tax write-offs. But if it's anything related to business, you want a bookkeeper to keep track of all those expenses, whether it's food, travel, rent-a-cars, hotels, whatever you need to do, or equipment, computers, stuff like that. You need to keep track of that in your books and have separate bank accounts, but get a good tax accountant so that they can advise you on how to set everything up so that when it comes time to do your taxes, first of all, you know where you stand before you go out and buy the Lambo. You know how much taxes you owe first. And then they can minimize those taxes based on getting all of the write-offs and deductions that you can when you're doing your taxes, so you're not wasting money. So you want to get a good bookkeeper and a good tax accountant so that every year they can do your taxes, save you some money, and then you don't get a surprise and then you run out and buy the Lambo and you realize, damn, my tax rate now is 40% of all my profits. So you may have had a profit of $200,000 and then your tax rate is near 40%. And then instead of having $200,000, you have $120,000. And then you went out and bought a $200,000 Lambo and you're in the negative or something. That's just an example. But you want to have a good bookkeeper and a good accountant. That's important. Number 6, reinvest in yourself and in your business. So what I mean by reinvest in yourself, that's education and knowledge. So constantly be learning different things, buying books, buying online classes, things to keep you sharp, things to help you learn how to invest your new money, or when you start making good money, things to show you where to invest it and how to invest it. So reinvest in yourself, and then also take a portion of your money and reinvest into your business so that you keep making that money. And sometimes it might not be a business, it might be a job. So that means reinvesting in knowledge so that you can always your skills are portable from one company to the next, right? And then you're learning new things. So take some of that money and reinvest in knowledge and reinvest in your business, all right? Number 7, diversify your money, okay? So, one thing is save your money, but when you start getting enough money saved up, you don't want to have all of that money just sitting in the bank. You might want to have some of it in real estate. You might want to have some of it in businesses that make you monthly income. You might want to have some of it in the stock market. You might want to have some money, in just cryptocurrency, for example. Just different avenues of investment. When you get a good amount of money, diversify it so that when one market is down, you're still covered because you got investments in other things when the markets are up. And like the reason why I like real estate and the reason why I'm working on my real estate course to try to share with you guys is because real estate, when the real estate market is down, you can still make money renting out properties. When the real estate market is up, you can still make money buying and selling and flipping properties. So I got in the real estate game when it was at the bottom and everybody was scared of investing in real estate. I was like, this is an opportunity. So I had money sitting in the bank and I was like, let me diversify. So I took some money out of the bank, put it in real estate, and it's been doing very well. And I'm actually still looking to expand my real estate portfolio. My strategies are a little bit different because the market is up. So anyway, that's my top 7 tips of what you should do when you start making a lot of money, okay? And that's at different levels. So a lot of money for me might be different than a lot of money for you. But the point is, when you get to a point where you start making good money, you want to save and you want to try to follow these different 7 steps. Now there might be more things, so feel free in the comments to add your 2 cents of things that you think people should do once they start making good money. Or if you want to just ask questions in the comment section. I appreciate it, and it keeps me motivated and continuing to do videos like this. So I hope that was helpful. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys for subscribing. And let me know what kind of videos you'd like me to do next, all right? Because I'm always watching all the comments and all the feedback that I get. Super cold out here, man. So anyway, this is Will Motivation. Look out for my Super Bowl live stream. I'm a live streamer for my Super Bowl party. Hopefully we don't get banned for live streaming again. But anyway, man, this is Will Motivation. Appreciate you guys, love you guys, and I'm out. Yo, this is Will Motivation. Just wanted to say thanks for checking out this video. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And also feel free to share this video with your friends and be a part of the movement. I'll check you guys out in the next video. Holla.